step forward and stand with the people of the world. Stand with your sisters and brothers in Syria. As the day launch these missiles, it's only going to mean more misery and suffering for the people of Syria. It's going to be one more crime against humanity being committed in your name by this government, calling on people to step forward. If you have an ounce of conscience in your heart, if you have an ounce of humanity in your heart, step forward and stand with your sisters and brothers in Syria and the rest of the Middle East. They are suffering. They are suffering because of the crimes being committed in your name at this very moment.
And maybe if you're selfish, think about how it's going to affect you. Think about how it has been affecting you. Think about the unemployment rate. Do you think we're a minute from bombs? Do you think 9/11 wouldn't have been somewhere else?
So we are calling on the people right here to step forward. You have an ounce of humanity in your heart. Step forward and take a stand against what this government is doing in your name at this very moment. Step forward and get with this movement of resistance against the crimes of your government. Step forward and denounce this impending crime against humanity when they talk about surgical strikes. We've seen the results of their surgical strikes all over the Middle East. Hundreds of thousands of people displaced from their homes, being made refugees in their own country. Tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of people dying. People suffering from the effects of radiation, of chemical warfare. And guess who sold them all these chemicals? Guess who sold them these chemical weapons? Guess who sold them these weapons of mass destruction? Guess who has the largest cache of weapons of mass destruction in the history of this world? Step forward and take a stand against the crimes of your government. Step forward and take a stand against the impending crimes of humanity that are going to be committed in your name. Step forward. Do not be complicit. All right, San Francisco, make some noise. Step forward. All right, we got some testimony from an actual war veteran. He's going to talk about this situation. What's your name, sister? Frankie. All right, let's hear it for Frankie.
I'm a war veteran from Operation Iraqi Freedom. I was in the initial campaign, and let's tell you, this war is a fraud. All these wars, this government going around in your name and my name, this fascist government, killing people, innocent people to make money, is atrocious. It's an atrocity. And we need to stand up. This is about putting our bodies forward. If I'm a veteran and I've been there, it's evil. Children are being born with birth defects that are post-apocalyptic. People are dying for no reason but to kill each other. And if you think that you're going to go home and sit on your couch and everything is going to be fine, you are wrong. You are wrong. I risked my life for an illegal war. This is bullshit. If you're not on the streets with me, then your silence denotes consent. And you're allowing them to kill people. And you look at yourself every day in the mirror and you tell yourself, you are a murderer. That's what you are. That's my word. No more war. Every soldier home! You are citizens! You're fellow Americans! You PTSD! You mental illness! For illegal war!
Right on for that, Frankie. So we call on people to take a stand. Get out of your comfort zone. Step forward. Take a stand with the people of the world. Take a stand with the people right here. You can do this right now. grab one of these signs. Take a picture of one of these signs. Post it up on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram. Post it up and spread it around. Show the rest of the world that there are people in this country that do have a conscience, that do have an ounce of humanity in their hearts, that do stand against the atrocities being planned against the people of Syria in your name. If you stand with the people of the world, manifest it, show, step forward, grab one of these signs, sign up, grab one of these leaflets,
We're born here.
throw some money in the can.
Where did you come from?
It's around here somewhere.
Where did you come from, son? Where did you come from?
Right here.
I served in the military like my family. I grew up in the war zone, you know that.
We just heard from a military veteran who denounced all the crimes that she was a part of in the Middle East. We just heard from someone who has been there, that has witnessed, who has borne witness to the atrocities that were perpetrated to the people of the Middle East. First-hand testimony. It's right here.
I like the doggy. I don't like the girl. You obey him or follow him. You don't play their life.
And become accountable. This is more than the mighty dollar. It's not owned by you or me. It's a slave coupon. Has not been worth silver or gold since the 1970s by this government's own mission. In the last few weeks, you have been told an enormous pile of lies by your government. Your government says that the Assad government deserves to be militarily attacked. No country that has not attacked the U.S. should be the target of an aggressive war. That is the first rule of international law. If the U.S. attacks Syria, people will die. Innocent people, civilians, do not believe that any such thing as a surgical strike does not shed civilian blood. Your government has committed surgical strikes before. When they bombed the pharmaceutical plant in the Sudan because they said it had weapons of mass destruction. It was not true, it was a lie. Your government, America's government, has no right to criticize chemical weapons. Who used napalm against the people of Vietnam? Who used white phosphorus against the people of Iraq and Afghanistan? Who dropped the nuclear bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The U.S. has no right to speak about chemical weapons. The U.S. has the largest cache of chemical and weapons of mass destruction in the entire world's history. If the U.S. bombs Syria, it will be a war crime. Obama, you've got blood on your hands. From Iraq, Yemen, and Libya to Afghanistan. Hands off Syria. U.S. and NATO. Hands off Syria. No war. Step forward. Take the players. Take them home with you. Give them to your friends. People who want us to be quiet are asking the American people to accept illegitimate immoral war.
People who went to
So
missions.
I've been to Vietnam. My dad served in Vietnam.
I know.
My whole family served in the
Oh,
military.
I
It is
know.
wrong to kill people. Right.
Now, Syria.
American
I
people
know
are
he
being
went
asked
on
not
two
to
mission
think,
trips.
not to
No,
think,
Syria.
If you want to heckle people, go do it somewhere else.
That's not
that the
heckling.
people
I don't
who
want
live
to
in
take
What the hell do you call it?
have lives
Big
just
right,
as
This is an example of some of the ignorant
ours.
people in America right here, Bug.
American lives are not more
There you go. You
important
get a better picture
than
of
the
what
lives
this
of
looks
people
like.
in other
This is what
countries.
we're fighting against in this country.
And no lies by the U.S. government can change that fact.
Let me share with you.
The U.S. government is determined to attack Syria,
I had a
and we,
bomb shelter in the
millions of people in this country, must stand up and be determined to stop them.
My sisters had to wear
Stop
gas
the war
masks.
crimes of your
So you
government.
support more war then, huh? You want to
Do
live through
not
that again,
allow
right?
your government
Right? That's what
to
you want to
attack
live for.
Syria.
You want to put more people through the same thing that you
Do
had to go
not
through, right?
allow another
Okay.
war to begin in the Middle East.
You must. You must.
Obama,
You want other people to suffer just like you
on
did.
your hands.
Right?
From Iraq,
You're bullshit.
Yemen, and Libya to Afghanistan. No new wars.
That's right. You sat there singing songs, right?
Humanity comes first.
You open up the dimension channeling on the dark realm.
You're a nut. You're a fucking wingnut. You know that?
Stop thinking like Americans. Start thinking about humanity. No good will come of a U.S. attack on Syria, except for the people who run this empire. We have brothers and sisters all over this planet. Their children's lives are just as precious as our children's lives. Will you shut your eyes and let your government carry out mass murders in your name? Or will you stand up and join this movement to stop these wars and stop the crimes of our government?
You know, at the very least, what you can do with the people that are out here watching is why don't you pick up your cell phone and that iPhone that you so value and call up your congressperson and tell them that you are against the war in Syria. Now surely you can do that. You know, it doesn't require a lot of effort. I spent about 15 minutes today making telephone calls. Hey, just don't give her any energy. She's a wingnut.
You've got blood on your hands from Iraq, Yemen, and Libya to Afghanistan. U.S. NATO, hands off Syria. No bombs, no war, no excuses.
She's with the Dark Lord right now. She can't help it.
So we're calling on the people in this country. If you have 1 ounce of humanity in your heart, if you have 1 ounce of humanity in your conscience, step forward and take a stand against this impending war in Syria. Take a stand with your sisters and brothers.
Well, I'm actually sorry that I even said anything to her.
Take a stand. Take one of these leaflets. Hold one of these signs. Join this demonstration. Throw some money in the can. Take a picture of these signs. Post it up on your Facebook. Post it up on your Instagram. Post it up on your Twitter. Get on out there and show the rest of the world that there are people in this country that do have a conscience. People in this country that will not be complicit. People in this country who refuse to be complicit with the crimes being committed in your name.
And American Indians,
At this very
you
moment,
ask them
people are
what
being
they feel
tortured,
about this
people
whole
are being
situation.
bombed,
This land belongs to
and the rest of the Middle East.
you. Ask them
And the U.S. is looking at Syria